Hi guys, my name is Chovwe Bature and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hello, nice to see you. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back, for the likes, comments, and for sharing my videos. I really appreciate that. All right, so in today's video, I'm going to talk about the cost of relocating to the UK as an international student. Okay, so this is by no means standard. It's just going to be an estimate, and I'm just going to use myself as an example and how much it cost me to relocate to the UK. All right, so for more information and details about all the processes to relocate, you can go back to my old videos and check them out. All right, so most of the steps, as detailed out in my other videos, include getting certificates, transcripts, and all that. I won't be talking about the cost of that here because it depends on your university. So for some universities, you have to pay some certain amount of money before you can get your transcripts and your certificate. So that does not apply to everybody. So find out which one applies to you and your school. Okay, so I won't be talking about that. For the IELTS, not everybody also requires an IELTS. For the paper-based one, currently it's 83,000 naira, and the computer-based is 89,000 naira. So if you're planning on writing IELTS, that's the cost. Okay, so I'll just get right into the one that applies to us. All right, for the application process, if you do it yourself, it's free of charge. I didn't spend any money while I was applying to different universities. Okay, it was free of charge. I just had the help of a very close friend who assisted me in the process, so that one was no cost. So the first cost I actually had to deal with was the deposit, tuition fee deposit, which in my case was £2,000. So you can convert that to naira. All right, as I mentioned in my other videos, this can range from £1,500 to £7,000. So it depends on the university you are going to. For my case, it was £2,000. Then the next thing was my tuberculosis test. I did mine in Abuja, and the cost of the test was 57,000 naira, although I had to pay a little extra because I didn't pay from while I was booking because I lost the account number. So I had to pay when I got there, and it cost more when you do it there. Okay, so I also had to pay for flights because I don't stay in Abuja, so I had to take flight from Warri to Abuja, and then I stayed in a hotel. So those were just other expenses. So this will not be your case if you stay in Lagos or Abuja, or you have these facilities close to you. All right, so the next cost is the proof of funds cost. So I'm just going to talk about the calculation once again. So your proof of funds is your tuition fee balance and the cost of living or living expenses per month. So for me, my tuition fee was £16,500, and I had paid £2,000, so I was left with £14,500. So £14,500 plus my living expense, which was £1,023 per month. So I did that multiplied by technically 9 months, which makes an academic year, but you can do 12 months just to be on the safe side. So I added that plus the 14,500 of the tuition fee, and that was the total amount I needed converted to naira for my proof of funds. So I think at the end of the day, I calculated about 13,000 plus, but I opted for 13 million, but I opted for putting 15 million in the account just to be safe. All right, so after your calculation, the choice is yours. You can decide to add a few extra thousand naira, or as the case may be. All right, that's that. So then the next cost you are going to deal with is your visa fee. Now the visa fee was in dollars, and I paid $462 for the visa fee, and I also had to pay the immigration health surcharge, which was $897. So the amount came out in dollars on the website, so you don't have to worry about so you can pay with a dollar card if you have one. Right, so this also varies. You can pay more for the visa if you want priority visa or super priority visa, as the case may be, and then where you are going to and the duration of your study also affects the cost of the immigration health surcharge, so take note of that. So the next cost was the cost of the traveling. So the next thing I had to deal with was travel expenses, and I did not book on time, which is one thing that you guys should not do. Please book your flights on time, like make room, give enough space so that you can book earlier so it will be less expensive. So I had to pay I had to fly from Warri to Abuja. That was about 75,000 naira, considering the state of the country at the time. Then I used Turkish airline. They went from Abuja to Istanbul and then London. The flight was 505,330 naira. So that was what I paid for the flights to London. And then from London, I took British Airways to Newcastle, which cost about 170,000 naira for that flight. Okay, so because I had to stay in London, I had to pay for an Airbnb per night. I spent about £66, but the Airbnb came with airport pickup and drop off, so it was a good deal. All right, so I'll just briefly talk about the accommodation cost because I had to pay some certain amount of money before going. So the accommodation I got was a shared flat. This one is a shared flat, and the rent is £385 per month, all bills included, and I had to pay £250 from Nigeria to secure the room. So that one was also part of what I spent, before traveling. So I think it's a good idea to secure your accommodation before traveling. Saves you a lot of stress. You can't come here and start looking for it. It's one of the things that I would advise you should sort out. So keep money aside to sort out the accommodation before traveling. So that is that. So this is just the basic expense rundown of relocating. So we went through the deposit, which is the first thing you pay for, the TB test, your proof of funds, visa fee payments, immigration health surcharge, travel expenses, and then accommodation. So I hope this helps. Please, this is by no means the standard, all right? This is not the standard. You can end up spending less, you can spend more. It depends on you and your circumstances, all right? So I hope this helps, giving you an idea of how much this whole journey would cost you. All right, if you found value in this video, kindly give it a thumbs up, drop a comment if you have any questions or anything you would like to say to me, and share this video to your friends or anyone you think is going to benefit. And I'll see you guys in my next video.